Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'll be talking about how I lost about 2 inches off my waist in 2 weeks. So I know I haven't been around in a while. Like, I've been so busy with nursing school. Like, it's literally been absolutely insane how busy I've been. And I'm usually really good with my time management. And I have been with like school and like other things, but like some things had to get cut. So I've been doing my best as far as I can with my YouTube channel. I've been posting as much as I can. I know it's been like what, every month or every 2 months, almost, maybe sometimes every 3. I know I've been slacking, but I really just haven't had the time to like conceptualize and then record and then edit and then post. Like, all that takes a lot of time and I just don't have it these days. Okay, so every day I literally study like for hours and hours and hours and hours a day, and trying to incorporate like my working out, making sure I'm eating healthy or eating at all, making sure, you know, I'm tending to my fiance, making sure like I'm, you know, dealing with work and cleaning my apartment. And so it's just been like, it's been a lot. Okay, so I don't have time for a lot of like extra stuff, unfortunately. So I haven't been able to like make this kind of video or just make videos in general. And so yeah, sorry. So I'm here, I'm on winter break right now, so I have a little time to kind of create. I have posted some videos up to my nursing channel, giving an update of like my experience with nursing school. Oh, sorry, that was my dog's. Oh, my dog is like trying to play with me. And okay, anyway, yeah, so just updating you guys on like my nursing school experience and like all the classes I've taken thus far and my experience with that. And yeah, so in this video I'm going to be talking about how I lost 2 inches off my waist in 2 weeks and like what's up with that. So like, first of all, I've been really slim like majority of my life. I think that when I was like really young, like maybe like preteen, I was like kind of fluffy. You know how like kids before they kind of thin out when they're teenagers, like they're a little fluffy like in that preteen area. I was never fat, but I was just kind of like fluffy. Like, I wouldn't even say fluffy, like I wasn't fluffy. I was, at the time I thought I was fluffy, let's call it that, because I actually look back on pictures and I looked regular, but at the time I thought I was like kind of fluffy. So I used to like work out. I was like 11 working out, doing Tae Bo. Do you guys remember Tae Bo from like the 90s? It was Billy Banks. He used to make like workout videos or whatever, and yeah, I did Tae Bo like every day. I had like abs, I had arm muscles, like, and I eventually just like lost the weight because like the baby fat, basically, I guess was what it was. I lost it because I went into my teenage years, and like all through like high school I was pretty slim. I always had like a really nice like shape because my mom is built like an hourglass. Like, she's literally like a Coke bottle. My mom has wide hips and like her lower body is pretty heavy, but then like her upper body is really tiny. So like I have that shape, but I'm not as exaggerated as my mom. So like I have like the hourglass shape, but I'm a lot smaller. So I always had like hips and stuff. So and then like this tiny waist ratio. So like it always looked good no matter like what size I was. So yeah, in high school I was like slim, I would say pretty slim. But like, you know, a good size. Like, I never had to worry about what I ate. I could eat a whole box of pizza and still be like skinny. I never had to worry about gaining any weight, nothing. I had a great metabolism. My dad had a really fast metabolism. He was a dancer. He was like well into his 50s. He was a slim guy. He had muscles because, you know, he danced and he used to work out and stuff, but he was always like a slim guy. So I have like a mixture of my mom and my dad's genes. I had my dad's really fast metabolism and like slimness, but I also like had my mom's shape like a little bit. So it was like a nice little, you know, in the middle thing. In my early 20s, when I first started college, I lost a lot of weight. Like, I was really small. I was like 125 pounds, which is small for me because I'm 5'6.5". So if you want to round it up, I'm about pretty much 5'7". So I'm not like short, and I'm above average in height, but I'm not tall. Like, I'm like above average in my height. So 125 is kind of small on me. I was really skinny, really small waist. I lost a lot of weight in my legs. Like, I was really tiny because I had just moved back to New York. I grew up in Columbia, Maryland. That's where I went to high school and middle school. I actually moved, I'm from New York. Sorry, this is like a little background, but So yeah, I'm from New York. I was born there. I lived there till I was about 9, 8.5, 9, something like that. Moved to Maryland, lived there till I was 18. So I lived in Maryland for about 10 years. And then I moved back to New York for college. And I lived in New York, and I worked and I had classes in the city. So I did a lot of freaking walking. Like, I walked around a lot. So I lost a lot of weight, and I wasn't eating as much because I was on a college budget. So, you know, I lost a lot of weight. My early 20s, late teens. And so like it wasn't until I left college and I started working, and I had like working as a graphic designer, and I started making really good money, that I was able to, like, you know, eat more. And then I didn't walk as much because I would just, you know, take the train or take a cab or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I'm still pretty skinny, but I kind of filled out a little bit. I think I was still like between 127 and 133. I think that was like my weight fluctuation during that time, but I was still pretty small. Yeah, I was really tiny, pretty still. And then I got into a relationship. So relationship weight is so real, okay? When I was 24, Blake and I started dating, and he likes to eat. I mean, he cooks, he can cook, okay? He's like my own little chef, like, no, but he can really cook. And he likes to go take me out, and he likes to eat. He eats like every 2 hours, and he's a man, okay? It's like and he's naturally slim too. So his metabolism is like crazy fast, so he eats a lot. I don't eat as much as he does, but I definitely was eating a lot more than I would if I was like single, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I literally could just eat one meal a day and be fine before. And then now I'm dating him and eating 3 meals a day. Like, yeah. So I gradually over the year kind of picked up the weight. It probably didn't help that, you know, just getting older and like your metabolism slowing down and everything. So at the time I was like in my late 20s, I was well into like 130, 135 pounds, which was a nice weight. I think my best weight that I liked was probably 137 at the time. I was like, yeah, 137 is like a good number for me. I like this weight, this is good. Like, my shape is filling out, but then I'm still tiny, like I'm still small. I like being small. I know like men like girls to be a little thicky and stuff. And I mean, like I said, I have an hourglass shape, so I really don't need to be that thick to look like I have something going on, you know what I mean? Like, I look pretty good being slim. I like being small, I feel good small. So 137 was a good weight for me at the time or whatever. And then like 1 year, Blake and I were just eating out a lot, like eating pizza, eating sushi, eating Chinese food. Like, we were just 1 year, I think it was like 2018, we were just eating out a lot. And I remember we went to Thailand, and I wasn't thick. I know you're probably gonna look at this and be like, girl, like, what are you talking about? But for me, I was like a little more pudgy, like in certain places where I used to be a lot more like really toned out. And so I was like, oh, I gotta lose this weight. So I started working out a little bit, and I lost the weight, and it went away, and then I stopped working out, and it was over. I didn't have to work out again because I lost the weight, and it was fine. It was a means to end basically for me. So yeah, once I turned 30, I started hitting 140. And I remember my mom always telling me, like, your body shape is like mine. I used to be 140, and 140 was a good weight. You should never get above 140. That was just always what my mother told me. Like, 140 is a good weight for you at the top. Like, you should never go above 140. That is like, you should not go above 140. You're not gonna like anything above 140. And I'd be like, oh, okay. But I was never even really close to 140, so I never really had to like worry about it. So when I hit 30, I was 140, and I was just like, I didn't really pay attention to it because I still, my distribution, like my weight distribution was still good. My butt got bigger, like I had a nice little bootay, like thighs were a little thicker, boobs. I was looking pretty good. Like, I looked like slim thick. Like, I looked pretty good, and I wasn't mad at 140. I was like, 140 is pretty okay. Like, I'm okay with that. The distribution's good. So that was 2020, I turned 30. And yeah, I was like, I'm thicker, like I look good, like, you know, but it's subtle. All this weight gain is subtle. Like, I don't even know if you guys will be able to even tell, but I can tell because, you know, it's my body. But like this, I could subtly tell that my butt got bigger. I could subtly tell that my thighs got bigger. I can tell the distribution of my weight is changing over the years, and it's not crazy. Like, I'm not talking about gaining 30 pounds, gaining 50 pounds, gaining 100 pounds. I'm talking about gaining like literally maybe like 15 pounds over the course of my life, or maybe even like 20 pounds over the course of my life. So this is gonna be subtle weight changes. And I'm telling you this background so I could get to the gist of how I lost the weight, because I'm kind of giving you a history, and I'm sorry I'm kind of talking forever, but what I'm trying to make is that 2021 I decided, you know, I had just got engaged at New Year's, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to work out because I want to be fit, you know, for my wedding and for my honeymoon. I want to look good, so I'm gonna start working out. And I saw these Instagram models who were like, you know, very muscular, thick muscular thighs, big strong arm muscles, and it's like kind of trending right now. Usually they would say like, oh yeah, a girl looks too manly if she has too many muscles, but right now it's trendy to look muscular and to lift weights and all that. So I kind of like, hey Chasey, hi. So I kind of kind of got on board with that a little bit and was like, you know what, I'm going to start doing weights. Someone told me about this program called Bodies by Rachel, which she has now changed to some other Move With Us, and it's like heavy like weight training for women, but she wants you to eat a lot, probably to gain the muscle that you need for this particular type of weight training. So I did that for like a month because it was an 8-week program. I did it for a month, and I did it to really just like get muscles and kind of distribute my weight. And so I was eating a freaking lot. I was eating like 5 meals a day, or like at least 3 meals and 2 snacks a day. I was weightlifting. It was rigorous. And at the end of that, I didn't even finish Chase. It was an 8-week program. I only got to 4 weeks. And I thought to myself, I'm gaining weight. Like, I'm not really sure if I like it. Like, so I kind of took a break from working out. I got lazy. And then after I got lazy, the weight kind of settled into places I didn't like started getting really bad back fat. And I haven't really like, my waist does this, like literally like an hourglass, does this. So that space and the small of my back, like that narrowest space, if I get fat like right above it, it kind of like hangs over the small of my waist. And it looks like crazy because my waist isn't like this. It's like do. So it kind of hangs like this and looks like little fat pockets. And I was like, what the hell? And I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do this if that's what's gonna happen. Like, I'm not here to gain weight to look chunkier. I noticed my face had thickened out. You may have been able to tell, I don't know. I could tell in some of my videos that my face was filling out. I just looked fleshier than I normally did. And you might say that looks normal, but for me it wasn't, and I was just like, oh, I don't like this. So I decided I was gonna do the program again, but like eat less. Like, I'm gonna modify it. So I did the program again, ate less, nothing worked. Didn't work. I tried a bunch of weightlifting. I tried working out with Blake. I tried doing a bunch of different workout programs. Tried some YouTube workout videos. I tried a few things and nothing was working. Like I started that in April, so from April to the end of September, nothing was working. I was still 151 pounds. Did I say that? Yes, I went from 140 to 151 pounds. And for me, that was like really heavy for me. And I was just like, I'm too heavy. I need to lose at least 10 pounds. I need to get back to at least 140. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I have back fat. I look really fleshy. Like, I don't like the way this looks on me. I would like to be small again. So I was trying everything and anything to lose. I was trying to like eat healthier. I was trying to do workouts. It wasn't working. I wasn't losing the weight and I wasn't getting any smaller. And every time I decided to buy a scale, I never really was the type of person to get on a scale. Like, some people are like obsessed with getting on a scale because they have weight problems. I never had that problem. And so I started getting on I bought a scale. I started getting on a scale. I was always 151, always 151. Always 151, and I was just like, what the hell? Oh my God, am I like done now? Like, am I just gonna be fat now? Like, I know 151 is not fat. I'm just saying for me. Like, I was like, am I gonna just be heavy now? Like, what is going on? Am I gonna just get bigger and bigger? Like, what is going on? So then my wedding dress company called me and said, hey, your dress is in. When do you wanna come and try it on? And I was like, oh, no. Oh my God, my dress is in? No. I need to be the size I want to be for the wedding when I try this dress on, because when they fit me, I want to be the size I want to be. When I see it, I want to be the size, because I don't even think I'm small enough to fit the dress. when I actually got measured for the dress. I was like, oh my God. So that was like no, we gotta do this. Like, that was the moment I was like, no, I need to figure something out. So I started doing research, and and before that, I would walk. I tried walking. I noticed that when my mom used to tell me that, because my mom used to walk like 5 miles a day when she used to try to lose weight, and it always worked for her. So I started walking like around the block, walking at a park, walking on a treadmill for like 5 miles a day. And I noticed with that was when I lost the most weight. I also lost the most weight when I was drinking a lot of water. So I was like, okay, so walking works, but I don't have time to walk. Walking 5 miles a day takes about an hour and a half. I don't even have an hour and a half. So I was like, I need a workout that's easy, quick, efficient, and a meal plan that's quick, easy to do, whatever. I came across an article about fasting, okay? So I started off doing I wanted to do a 3-day fast, as in like I wasn't eating anything but drinking water. Just water, that's it. And I read online that you can easily do a fast. Like, you know that thing that says like you can live like a week without food, but you can't live more than 3 days without water, and that you can literally just drink water and be fine. But like, you have to drink a lot of water, because what happens, and I learned this in nursing school, is that when you consume carbs, like, your body is using that for energy. But if you take away the carb, which is partially what keto is, and I thought about doing keto, but it takes a while for keto to go into place, and I just didn't really want to do keto. I didn't feel like it was sustainable. And honestly, fasting isn't really sustainable. It is to an extent. So it's more, I feel like it's more sustainable than keto. So what I did was I started off trying to do a 3-day fast. I couldn't get past, I think, 2 days. I think I went 48 hours without eating, and I was like, I need to eat now. I'm hungry. And it's not even so much like I was really hungry, because like I was drinking a lot of water. I mean, like every hour a water bottle. Like, I was drinking a lot of water, and the water really does sustain you. Like, and honestly, like, I know you're probably thinking like, so you didn't eat, you starved yourself, like what? No, like, fasting, if you do a lot of research on it, and I did my research, fasting is actually very good for you. It allows your GI system to reset and get rid of any toxins that are in there. It allows your brain to, like, instead of your body focusing on digesting food, it has time to repair other things. It has time to repair brain cells, neurons, different things in your body that it didn't have the energy or time to repair or fix. It will do that during the time that you're not eating, because it's not focusing on digestion, which is what you're doing all the time, because you're eating all the time, right? So I went like 48 hours, and in that 48 hours, I lost, I think, 3 to 4 pounds, something like that. I lost a good amount. So I was like 148, and I was like, oh, okay, like, it works. And I kind of played around with fasting. I tried to do it again because I was like, oh, I didn't reach my 3-day goal. Let me try it again. I did 24-hour lay in the week. I lost another 2 pounds. So I was like 145, 146. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, after I have not lost any weight for months, to fast or do a water fast and lose the weight was kind of crazy to me. So I was like, you know what? Between now and the time I have to try on my dress, because I had 2 weeks to try on the dress, I was like, here's what I'm going to do. So I did more research. And what I did was I decided to fast every other day. At first, the first week I fasted every other day. So if Monday I fasted, I ate Tuesday. If Wednesday I fasted, I ate Thursday. Friday I fasted, I ate Saturday and Sunday, because the weekends I was like, I'm gonna eat, okay? So yeah, that's what I did for the first week, and that helped me, and I lost, I was able to sustain the weight loss. So I was like 145. I was trying to get to 140. And then the following week, the second week, I was like, all right, I'm gonna try intermittent fasting, because, you know, intermittent fasting is something people actually do, and it's pretty much the same thing. You can choose like the hours you want to fast. So you could do 16-8, meaning like you fast for 16 hours and then you eat for 8 of those hours, meaning like you eat from like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then don't eat again until 9 a.m. Or you could do a 24, which is like you fast for 20 hours and then you eat for 4. So I tried the 16-8, and the 16-8 didn't work for me. I found that I would end up just eating the rest of the day. I don't know why, but for some reason the 16-8 did not work for me. So I decided to do the 24. So I would eat from 9 to 1 p.m. I would eat a full breakfast, as in eat a lot, but don't eat bad foods. Like, don't eat, you know, cookies for breakfast and like don't eat like, you know, a hash brown and Popeyes. Like, don't eat bad processed food basically during the time. But you can eat a lot, like you can eat full meals. So I would eat for breakfast at 9 a.m. I would eat like, on days, let's just talk about days that I didn't work. Let's say I was home. So I would wake up, walk my dog. At 9 o'clock, I would eat something. So it could be granola with fruit and yogurt. And then I would work out around 10, or I'll let myself digest. And then I would work out around 11. I work out, and I did Tai Bo. So I went back to the old faithful from when I was 11, and I did Tai Bo. I did the 24-minute workout with Tai Bo. It's a nice, easy workout. It's almost like kickboxing. Like, it's fun. It's almost like a dance. It feels like you're dancing a little bit. Like, I don't know. It's rhythmic, basically. And he, you know, pushes you. And I mean, I did it when I was a kid. I really enjoyed it as a kid, so it was a little nostalgic. So I did Tai Bo, like the 24-minute, because that's all I really had time for, is 24-minute Tai Bo. And then I would eat a snack. My snack could be another yogurt. It could be fruit. It could be anything I want, really, as long as it's not like overly processed. I would like cheat and eat a little bit, maybe a cookie or something. It's fine, because at the end of the day, you're eating sugar. All of it's sugar. If you're eating pasta, it's freaking sugar. It boils back down to sugar, because your body breaks it down and it turns into sugar. Anytime you eat a carb, it's a sugar. So honestly, like, yeah, I mean, a cookie doesn't have any nutritional value, but at the end of the day, it's sugar, and sugar turns to fat. Okay, so I wouldn't go overboard with processed foods, because obviously some processed foods like has more sugar than others and stuff like that. But if you want to have a cookie or a slice of pie, you're good, okay? As long as you stop eating at 1. So around 1 o'clock I would have lunch, and my lunch would be a big lunch. I would have rice, which is a carb, sugar, with like tilapia or like some type of fish, cod, whatever, with like fajitas and onions and lemon juice. Like, I would have a big lunch. And then I would not eat again until the following day at 9. And during that time I wasn't eating. All I drank was water. Drink a bottle here to go there. But you're not really super hungry, like I wouldn't be, because you just ate a big lunch at 1. So by the time you start to, I guess, even feel a little hungry, you just drink your water. And then by the time you're like thinking, I could eat right now, it's time to go to bed. Just go to bed. Go to bed, and you wake up the next day, and let's say you wake up the next day and it's 9 o'clock, you can eat your breakfast, okay? So it was like it was easier for me to do that than the 16. For some reason, I don't know why, but the 16-8 didn't work for me. It didn't actually work for me, and like, I didn't actually stick with that. But I could stick with the 24. So eat 4 hours, 9 to 1, and then don't fast for 20. And that really helps. And I did that every day for that week, from Monday through Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, I gave myself a cheat day, like to eat, you know, maybe to 16-8. Like, I would eat till 5, like maybe have a glass of wine at 9, you know, maybe have a little something, you know, whatever. But because I spent all week fasting for 20 hours, it almost was like similar to skipping a meal. It's a little harsh to like go 24 hours without eating. So you can't really sustain that long term. You could, but it's not as sustainable as like eating from 9 to 1 and then fasting to the next day. That was a lot more sustainable for me, and that's what worked. And I lost 2 inches off my waist, because here's what I did. I did weigh myself, okay? I did continuously weigh myself, but I also measured my measurements. And let me see my fitness journey. So I started this October 8th. So I was 151 pounds. My arms were 11.5 inches. My bust was 34.5 inches. My hips was 42 inches. My thighs were 23 inches, and my waist was 29.5 inches. I know I'm losing weight when my waist starts to lose weight, like inches. My lower body is gonna lose weight slower, because like I said, I'm shaped like a hourglass, so that's like the last to go. And I'm actually not even mad at it, because, you know, everybody want be a little thicker down there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to lose the weight off my waist and my back, the back fat, because the back fat is what really was bothering me. And by the time I had to go try on my dress, my weight was 144.2. So okay, I lost about 8 pounds and about 8 pounds, let's just say. So I didn't lose the full 10, but in 2 weeks I lost about 8 pounds. My arms my arms were 11 inches, so I lost a ½ inch in my arms in 2 weeks. My bust was 34 inches, so I lost about ½ inch in my bust. Now, I wasn't really trying to lose boob. I feel like I lost the fat that was behind here, like right above behind my boob. And And then my hips, my hips was 40.75 inches. So I lost about 1.75 inches off my hip in 2 weeks. My thighs were 22.5 inches. I lost a 1/2 inch off my thigh. And my waist was 27.5 inches. So I lost 2 inches off my waist. So about 1 inch on each side. And that actually looks a lot tinier than it sounds. Like, losing 2 inches off your waist, 1 inch on each side, is pretty nice. Like, it looked good for 2 weeks. And I fit into my dress like a glove. So it was good. So that's what it was. And so I decided to like maintain that. I just from then on until now. Yeah, so that's how I did it. So it's been sustainable. I've been doing it since October. And your body gets adjusted to what you do to it. So like, I'm used to doing that now. I'm used to eating at 9 and eating up until 1 and then not eating again. And then I do it probably like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I give myself a break. And for me, that's been sustainable because, the weekends, you want to have a little fun, you want to eat a little, you want to go out to eat, you want to drink a little wine, and wine has sugar in it, so you just got to be careful. You can't drink, you can't consume, you can't snack. That's the thing. Because I was talking to a coworker and she was like, I do that, like I don't really eat after I leave work or after lunch at work. I don't really eat when I get home and I'm still like gaining weight. And I'm like, well, do you snack? Do you drink wine? Do you drink, period? Do you eat cookies at night? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, that counts. Like, snacking counts, like, 'cause it has sugar in it. Your body doesn't think of it like, oh, you ate cheesecake, oh, you ate a cookie, oh, it doesn't care. Your body thinks, oh, thank you, you're giving us sugar. Oh, you ate a little pasta, oh, sugar. Oh, you ate a little rice, sugar. Like, your body's not thinking it's a cookie. Oh, and yeah, your body will use whatever nutrients whatever you're eating has. Like, if pasta, let's just say it has vitamin A, I don't know, but let's just say it has vitamin A in it and cookies don't. Yeah, your body's gonna have more vitamin A than it did before, or it would have if you ate a cookie. But at the end of the day, when it comes to fat and weight loss, your body is looking at sugar because it stores the sugar for energy. And when you store the sugar turns into fat. So what you want to do is, this is part of what keto is when you don't eat carbs, when you're on keto, you eat just fat. You're basically telling your body, we don't have carbs available. So all you have to do is break down fat. That's how you end up losing weight with keto. But when it comes to like fasting, it's kind of similar because when you stop, your body runs out of sugar. Its sugar stores, I think, like after 12 hours or something like that. So if you go 20 hours without eating, and that's 8 hours of that, eating at all, even fat, then your body's gonna eat the fat it already has. You get what I'm saying? So some people on keto diet, let's say you're eating fats. Let's say you're eating avocado and you're eating fatty fish and you're eating fatty foods. Yeah, your body's gonna break down the fat, including the fat you already have, but it's slower versus fasting, like intermittent fasting, and your body doesn't have anything except water, obviously, to like replenish itself and keep it healthy and stuff. Then it's gonna start breaking down your own fat. That's what it's gonna do. Once it runs out of its sugar stores, which is what your body naturally uses for energy first, it's gonna start breaking down fat. And then instead of giving it more fat to break down first, it'll break down the fat you already have. Does that make sense? So that's what's been working for me, and that's what I've been doing to get back to my little petite self. Like, no, I'm still like, right now I think I'm like 145, and that's because I'm on break. And then so I stopped doing the what do you call it? I stopped doing my fasting. I stopped working out. Like, this break, I need my break. I need this break. I need it. I deserve it. So right now, I'm not doing any workout plan. I'm not doing any eating plan, nothing. I'm eating when I feel like it, and I'm not working out. I'm relaxing right now. So I gained a little weight, so I'm 145, which is fine, because 145 even looks okay on me. It's really when I hit 150, it's like, oh no, girl. So this break, I gave myself the permission to just kind of chill. And I will start back up during the new year. I'm getting my hair done, I think, next week. To get a trim, I'm getting it straightened. So yeah, so after that, once I'm done having straight hair, like, I will probably start working out again and going back to my diet, so I can, because I think I have to do another fitting for my dress in February, so I'm gonna want to be nice and clean and fit for that. So yeah, right now I don't have no reason, like, I'm a good size, like, yeah, so yeah, that's how I lost the weight. That's how I lost 2 inches off my waist in 2 weeks. I know you guys were waiting for this video. I talked about it a little bit on my Instagram if you guys follow me on there, and I said I would make this video. I just haven't had time to. So yeah, that's how I did it. I did it with literally, like, it took some figuring out. I kind of wanted to give you guys a backstory to understand like where I came from, what I was dealing with, what I tried. I tried, you know, like I said, I tried the weightlifting, I tried walking, I tried a couple things, and none of them worked. So what worked for me, fast, and what I felt is sustainable, because at the end of the day, you want something that's something you could do to sustain yourself for life. You don't, like a lifestyle. You don't want to do crash diets, which is what I did with the not eating for 48 hours. That was more of like a crash diet. And I honestly feel like that's a good way to kickstart your diet. Like, I would suggest, like, if you're just starting and you want to kickstart it, yeah, fasting for 3 days or 48 hours is really good. Just do your research and drink your, literally drink. You have to drink the water. It's the water that keeps you okay. It's like, you'll feel regular. You'll feel like you've been eating for those 2 days. Like, you're not gonna be freaking hungry. I promise you. You're probably thinking I'm gonna be starving. No, you're not gonna be hungry. The water literally sustains you. I don't even know how to explain it, but it does. It's really more of like the habit of eating. Like, you're just like used to the ritual of eating, seeing other people eating, like, and then like at lunchtime you're not eating and everybody else is eating. Like, that's really what kind of like pressures you to eat versus actually feeling hungry. So yeah, I think it's a good kickstart to do that, but then sustain it with intermittent fasting, as in make sure you eat every day, but just fast after a certain point. Don't eat. And you know how they say don't eat after 8 or whatever? It's similar to that, I think, because like you give yourself about 12 hours to not eat, and your body has time to like use up its carbohydrate stores, so you're not over giving yourself the carbohydrates and gaining more fat. But if you do it sooner, you'll lose the fat that you already have. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my tips. That's what I did. That's how I lost the back fat. So yeah, if you have any questions for me, any concerns, whatever, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Now I'm on break. I can eat my cookies. Cookies. You like the cookies?